Top 10 Best Web Series on Netflix. Since 2013, Netflix has been putting out its own original content, and it has been on a roll. With House of Cards, Netflix made its original content debut, and it has since changed the game. The terms binge-watch and Netflix and chill have entered the mainstream lingo. Streaming competition has heated up, and Netflix has drastically increased its output of original content. In the meantime, Netflix also required different kinds of rights to different TV series, making it a one-stop platform for all things entertainment. Naturally, some Netflix series are better to others, which is where this ranking comes into play. And when we say Netflix series, we mean every series available on Netflix regardless of its original production house. Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, in this video, we will look at the top 10 best web series on Netflix. Make sure you stay tuned till the end of the video to know which ones to watch. Narcos. Narcos is an American crime drama streaming television series created and produced by Chris Brancato, Carlo Bernard, and Doug Mero. The series is set and produced in Colombia and is based on the life of drug lord Pablo Escobar, who became a billionaire by producing and distributing cocaine. Escobar's dealing with drug lords, drug enforcement administration officers, and various opposition entities are also included in the series. The violence and degradation connected with the Colombian drug wars, as well as drug culture in general, are frequently criticized in the series. The criticism, however, overlooks the fact that this is a work of fiction based on historical figures, not a true documentary. Narcos was one of the most successful shows on television in terms of carving out some really dark characters and telling a complicated story with such intensity and clarity when viewed in this light. Dark. Dark is a German science fiction thriller streaming television series created by Baron Bo Odar and Jonte Fries. From 2017 until 2020, it aired for 3 seasons. Dark follows characters from the fictional German town of Winden as they search for the truth in the aftermath of a child's disappearance. They investigate the ties that bind 4 separate families in order to uncover a diabolical time travel plot that spans multiple generations. The series delves at the existential implications of time and how it influences human behavior. The series is wonderfully cast, delightfully humorless, crazily overdone in its melodrama, and as cold as a German winter. Yet, it's a feast for binge watchers who enjoy speculating about what might happen next. The Queen's Gambit. The Queen's Gambit is a 7-episode American coming-of-age period drama that premiered on Netflix in 2020. This series appears to be based on a real-life chess player. However, this is not the case. It is based on Walter Tevis' 1983 novel of the same name. The title refers to the chess opening known as the Queen's Gambit. Scott Frank wrote and directed the series, which he co-created with Alan Scott, who owns the book's rights. Beginning in the mid-1950s and continuing into the 1960s, the movie follows Beth Harmon, a fictional chess prodigy played by Anya Taylor-Joy, as she rises to the top of the chess world while battling drug and alcohol addiction. This isn't your ordinary sports tale. The Queen's Gambit is a work of art. Interesting, brilliant, and simply thrilling from the start, with excellent pacing and a strong sense of self. It, like Beth, succeeds because to its relentless commitment to the game. Schitt's Creek. Schitt's Creek is a Canadian television sitcom that ran on CBC television from 2015 to 2020 and was created by Dan Levi and his father, Eugene Levi. It spans 6 seasons and contains 80 episodes. The series, produced by Not a Real Company Productions and the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, depicts the trials and misfortunes of the formerly prosperous Rose family. The family loses their riches after their business manager embezzles the family business, Rose Video, and they migrate to Schitt's Creek, a little town they bought as a joke. Johnny, played by Eugene Levi, and Moira, played by Catherine O'Hara, are now living in a motel with their adult children, David, played by Dan Levi, and Alexis, played by Annie Murphy, who must adjust to life without money. This comedy has an unusual beginning, but gradually develops into one of the best comedy series on television. The Witcher. The Witcher is a Polish-American fantasy drama streaming television series created by Lawrence Kmit Hisrich, based on the same named book series by Polish author Andrzej Sapkowski. The Witcher is a fantasy film set on a fictional, medieval-inspired island known as the Continent, and it tells the story of Geralt of Rivia, a Witcher portrayed by Henry Cavill, and Princess Ciri, played by Freya Allan, who are fated to meet. Geralt of Rivia is a bounty hunter who travels the world murdering monsters. It's what he's good at and what he was born to do. If you like a fantasy story, The Witcher has a lot to offer you. From magical conflict, gender politics, fantastical lore, and complex characters abound in this series. The Witcher is a hugely enjoyable delight for beginners and longtime fans alike. Peaky Blinders. Peaky Blinders is a Stephen Knight created period crime drama television series set in the United Kingdom. It is set in Birmingham, England, and recounts the adventures of the Peaky Blinders gang in the immediate aftermath of World War I. The fictitious gang is partially based on a real-life urban youth gang of the same name that operated in the city between the 1890s and 1910s. Tommy Shelby, Elizabeth Polly Gray, and Arthur Shelby, the gang's senior members, are played by Cillian Murphy, Helen McCrory, and Paul Anderson, respectively. Thanks to its incredible direction, screenplay, script, and acting, Peaky Blinders is packed with surprises you won't be able to handle. This series' characters have all done an outstanding job. All of the characters, including the Peakies and the villains, have done an excellent job in their respective roles. The best thing about these gangsters is that you can't truly dislike them for being gangsters. In fact, it's probable that you'll develop feelings for them. Tommy Shelby, who is a perfect gentleman, may even inspire you. Arthur Shelby is pompous in certain ways, yet he is charming in others. Needless to say, the criminals have done an excellent job of keeping you entertained. Better Call Saul. Better Call Saul is an American crime drama television series created by Vince Gilligan and Peter Gould. It's a prequel, a sequel, and a spin-off to Gilligan's previous show, Breaking Bad. The series follows Jimmy McGill, played by Bob Odenkirk, as he grows from an earnest lawyer and former con artist to a greedy criminal defense attorney known as Saul Goodman. It is set primarily in the early to middle part of the 2000s in Albuquerque, New Mexico. The moral deterioration of retired police officer Mike Ehrmantraut, played by Jonathan Banks, is also depicted as he becomes intimately involved with the Juarez drug cartel in order to support his granddaughter and her widowed mother. Until their individual tales fully converge, Jimmy and Mike's interactions are rare. This is a best watch if you love Breaking Bad and want to explore a different story of it. Stranger Things. Stranger Things is undoubtedly a phenomenal story presented through a TV series. The Duffer Brothers created this American science fiction horror drama television series, which is currently available on Netflix. Along with Sean Levi and Dan Cohen, the brothers act as showrunners and executive producers. On July 15, 2016, Netflix released the series. The first season is set in the 1980s in the fictional town of Hawkins, Indiana, and follows the inquiry into the disappearance of a young child named Will Byers, as well as mysterious events in the town, such as the appearance of a girl named Eleven with psychokinetic skills. It's like a creepy nightmare. Stranger Things is amazing because of its friendships and coming-of-age storylines, relationships, and family connections. Money Heist. Money Heist, also known as The House of Paper in Spanish, is a Spanish heist crime drama television series produced by Lex Pina. Until Netflix bought it in 2017, it was almost viewed as a flop. Netflix purchased it and released it under the title Money Heist in their international section. That's when it became an overnight sensation. The series follows two long-planned heists, one on the Royal Mint of Spain and the other on the Bank of Spain, both headed by the Professor, played by Ivaro Morte, and recounted from the perspective of one of the thieves, Tokyo, played by Ursula Corbero. For added complexity, the story is delivered in real time, with flashbacks, time jumps, secret character motivations, and an unreliable narrator. There are some unexpected plot turns, and the action keeps you on the edge of your seat. At any given time, anything could happen. The complexity of the characters is what makes this interesting. They all have shortcomings, but you'll feel an emotional connection with them right away. There are some extremely attractive characters that are volatile, narcissists with homicidal tendencies. These characters keep you high on adrenaline and almost glued to the edge of your seat. Despite this, you may fall completely in love with them. Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad is frequently hailed as the greatest television show of all time, and it's clear why it was given that title. Vince Gilligan created and produced the neo-Western crime drama television series Breaking Bad. The series ran on AMC for 5 seasons with 62 episodes from January 20, 2008 until September 29, 2013. It tells the story of Walter White, played by Bryan Cranston, an underpaid, overqualified, and depressed high school chemistry teacher who is dealing with a recent diagnosis of stage 3 lung cancer. To guarantee his family's financial future before he dies, Walter commits to a life of crime, working with his former student Jesse Pinkman, played by Aaron Paul, to produce and distribute crystal meth, while handling the dangers of the criminal underground. That's all for today. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content. Let us know which one you have watched and which one you are going to watch next in the comment section. Until next time.